guys, this is a video I've been meaning to do for ages on the Psp Go. Now, this isn't new, I've had this for a few months, but if we're going to show the box, make it a bit more interesting. The Psp Go has had a pretty bad rap, and to be honest, rightfully so. But the reason I'm doing this video now is because Sony have recently announced an offer they're doing. I mean, this gives you an idea of how poorly this thing's selling. Basically, if you buy one of these and register it, I think you have to register it after June 9th, or if you buy it, register it now as of June 9th, what they'll do is email you codes or something like that, and basically you get to download 10 games for free. And those 10 games aren't PSP minis or anything like that, they're legitimate games. Gran Turismo's on there, Wipeout Pulse's on there, I think Ratchet and Clank's on there. So 10 games, and you know, these games cost about 20 quid each, direct download, which is a rip-off anyway. I mean, the whole point of the digital medium, you'd think, as far as the consumer is concerned, would be to reduce the costs, and it certainly does for the publisher, but nonetheless, Sony continue to charge through the roof, and you know, it kind of cost them, so now they've pumped out this deal as a result. But yeah, I mean, you know, the idea of getting one of these for 100 quid, which you can pick them up online for, registering it and getting 10 free games, is pretty good. So yeah, this is the box, nice and small. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I do like the Psp Go. I don't like what it represents in terms of the movement to strictly digital downloads, but in terms of just being a gadget, it's really unique and it's nice. So you get with it, you get sort of a media disc, so you can transfer your videos and your music to it. Obviously, the instruction manual, some sort of guarantee, and this, which tells you to sign up to the PlayStation Network. And yeah, that's how you register the 10 free games. Now, I bought mine before this offer was available, but I never registered it, and I just did it yesterday, so I'm wondering, because I've registered it now within this new window, whether or not I can get those 10 games. So I'm hoping to hear something back after June 9th from Sony. But yeah, let's have a look at the actual gadget. Oh, one other thing, I'll just run you by. This is the adapter. This is really cool. A lot of things are doing this lately. Basically, it's just a USB adapter, your typical 3-pin, and you plunk this lead in. That's the end of it. And you charge a Psp Go. I think there's quite a few things that have done this now. I recently bought a new phone, and that does the exact same thing. It's really useful because basically what it means is instead of having 10 chargers around, you can just have one and keep unplugging the leads, which is really cool. The other weird thing about the Psp Go is it uses a new connection, so you can't use your existing PSP peripherals. What the reason for that is, I don't know, but let's have a look at here's a leather case that I actually picked up myself, so this doesn't come with it, so it's kind of cool. So yeah, flip her open and slide her out. So this is the actual hardware. I got the white one because it doesn't pick up the fingerprints nearly as bad as the black, which is just a magnet, and it's a really wonderful looking piece of kit. For the sake of this video, I've also got my PSP 2000 here, give you an idea of the size difference. Now, the PSPs by default go up, I think, 2 or 3 brightness levels. Let's have a look actually. What is it? 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's 3. But by default, when they're not plugged in, they only go up to 2 brightness levels. The reason that one goes higher is because it's a hacked one. So let's just have a look. Let's turn both these on. Now, to turn this on, if it's on standby, you can just pop the lid, but mine isn't, which is annoying. So we just flick the switch at the side. And with any luck, it'll actually boot up. There we go. Let me just get some sound on here. So, yeah, the cool thing about the Psp Go, basically, is its feature list. It's got the richer screen from the PSP 3000. I've got one of those, but I don't think there's any point showing it. So visually it looks a bit better. But the unique thing about this is there's a couple of features that weren't on the original PSP. One of them is the ability to sync up a PlayStation 3 controller, which I'll show now. Right here. Because the device supports Bluetooth, almost said Blu-ray, you can sync your controller with that and play any game using a PS3 controller, which, it depends how you look at it. On one hand, you could say, what's the point if it's supposed to be a portable? On the other hand, look at this devastating hunk of crap they call the analog. I mean, just look at my hand holding that. It's so cramped, and it's not right. I mean, it looks great, but it feels terrible. So the beauty is you can just close that up, lean it on a surface, if I can do it, like that, and then I can just sit over here and happily play it with my controller. It's amazing. I will sync that up just to show you in a minute. It's a really good feature. And the other feature of the Go, which is a feature that's already on the others, is the ability to buy one of these here leads, a component cable, and play it through your TV. So basically, when you think about it, you can play your PS3 controller to control it through the TV, and this thing's just sat on the side, completely wireless. I mean, it's really unique. It's really good. The only downside is, and I think this is a deliberate move by Sony, when you plug this in, like so, to play it through your TV, that's also the charger slot, so you can't charge and play at the same time. So, okay guys, so there's my Psp Go, and right there's my PlayStation 3 controller, and as you can see, I'm using that to navigate the menus. Let's pop down to the game, if I can find it. Obviously, system storage, there's no UMD drive. Currently got Final Fantasy 7, Redress 2, Wipeout Pulse, a whole bunch of demos, and Gran Turismo, which is actually the full game, so we'll boot that up. Gran Turismo plays a hell of a lot better with the analog. I imagine that's not going to come as a great surprise to anyone. But this really is, like, the whole concept of this is great. My personal favourite is sitting on the toilet at work, PSP on mute in front of you, controller in your hand. It's living, folks. That is living. Let me just get this light off. So, should we skip this nonsense? No. What I'll do in the meantime is, that's not going to stand, is it? Boot up a game on the original PSP, so you can sort of see the difference in size. It is quite different. I mean, it is quite substantial. What should we boot up here? I don't know. Red Star. Okay, it's not really fair, is it? I don't know if these are going to stand. No, they're not. Alright, let's take from the top. So yeah, although the size difference is substantial, the screen quality is, equally as good. Actually, it's better in this case because that, like I say, uses the PSP 3000 screen. PSPs. It is by far like the most portable handheld of this generation. I mean, obviously because of its size. It's just wonderful. Just slip in your pocket. Like I say, from a technical perspective, just ergonomically, it feels good, it looks good. But to be honest, the analog is terrible. It's even worse than this one. I mean, it is effectively the same, but it's smaller, and they've put it in a really bad place, which doesn't help matters. So yeah, here we are again with the PS3 controller. I'll get the menus. There's not a lot I can do with one hand, but you get the general idea. It's really good. Yeah, like I say, it's ideal time now to pick one up. I mean, if you don't care about piracy, then obviously get an old PSP and hack it. But if you don't like piracy and you'd rather buy the games legitimately, then the PSP Go is ideal at the moment because you get the 10 free games. Like I say, it's highly portable. And what else do you need? I'm not going to be able to play this at all. Yeah. The reason I'm showing that, in fact, is because you'll note the screen is off, and that's because I put it through my TV. So here we have PS3 controller, big screen TV, with the PSP running off of it. It's a really cool thing. If you haven't played the PSP on a TV, it's worth showing this anyway because there are some limitations. Again, there's my menu, Gran Turismo at the bottom. So we'll pump that on again. Now, what happens basically when you boot up a game, the menu's in full screen, but the game's run in whatever the native resolution is, just pumped up to the size of your TV. So you know that text is in the middle of the screen, and then it's going to take forever to load. When this does eventually load, that's where the game will appear. And although this is wonderful, I love the fact that you can just sit in bed and play PSP Go. Not that you can't do that when it's not connected to the screen, but it's just a really cool feature. The downside is you do lose a lot of the screen, and obviously with the PSP Go screen being so small, they can sort of get away with things, little tricks, and once you pump up on the big screen, you sort of see the limitations of the PSP. And if it ever loaded, you get to see that right now. So that's how big the screen is. Not huge, this isn't focusing brilliantly. So I'll just go to erase again. There we go, let's get that through. Basically it's little things like draw distance and texture detail, and you'll notice are very low. And on the small screen it doesn't matter because they look fantastic. But as soon as you blow it up like this, you can see the difference. In fact, you know what, it looks kind of good. So it's me playing Gran Turismo with one hand. What have we got here? Somewhere's the... Yeah, Gran Turismo PSP or Gran Turismo for the PSP. It's a wonderful game, by the way. And yeah, there is emotion on the big screen, so pretty impressive. Luckily I pulled in the pit lane, so it's driving for me. But yeah, that's the Psp Go. If you're interested in it, I certainly recommend picking one up now, because it's time's ideal with 10 free games. Yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll post a new video.